Welcome back, part two of the Bellings Brothers, our season premiere. I love it.
Ooh, I like that.
It's so wonderful to have you both here together. I mean, it's great to talk to you individually, but you've always been to me, like my own little boys used to call me Mama something, or
Mama Bear.
Aunt Bear, that's right.
Mama Bear.
Yeah, and so you were just so young and so impressionable when we met, but it's been wonderful to watch your career grow. You've just done amazing things. And as I've said already, over $1 billion, I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
And, I want to share this quick story because I remember when I hired you and you ran me over the coals. You're like, no, we want this much. And I was like, yeah, but nobody starts at that. And I kept thinking, these kids are going to be something else. And so I caved and I hired you. And I know I had like 5 other brokers you were talking to because you brought me all this stuff. So I wonder how that translates to your current business. So do you negotiate that hard for your clients? That's my first question.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's definitely one of our strengths. I would say negotiate for our clients when they're on the buying side, and then when we're representing a seller, negotiating for ourselves on our commission, which is incredibly important for our industry. Yeah.
And what makes you so strong in your negotiations like that? Are you just so confident about your ability?
I think it starts with confidence. And you don't have belief in yourself. You don't get up every morning and you don't think you've already won, then you've already lost. Like, you really have to have that killer instinct. Michael and I grew up playing competitive sports. We grew up in, doing our, like I was saying earlier, like our lemonade stands and our garage sales. We've been entrepreneurs since day one. But more importantly, we're ruthlessly competitive.
Yeah.
We're competitive with each other. We're competitive with other agents. We're competitive with our clients in a good way. But like, this is all, I think the best story I like to tell around this is from our very first sale and our very first year, we ranked ourselves amongst every single agent in San Francisco.
That's great.
And we were like, Michael Bellings, Aaron Bellings, 1 sale, 700,000. We're like number 4,000 in the city. And we're like, all right, we got 3,999 people to catch. And to this day, to the sales we closed a few days ago, we still rank our numbers after every single sale because we're always looking for the top. And if that's not your goal, then you've already lost.
Well, you definitely have achieved your goal. You're in the top 1% of all agents, I think nationwide probably. Yeah. Have you gotten that designation?
1.1, 1.2.
Yeah, we're
right up there.
Some
nationwide. That's no small feat either. And so, I remember that you were always competitive, and I think that it's a good thing, but you do it with kindness. You're not, vicious men. You're really very kind and you're very ambitious, and you're just you work really hard. I also remember that you would always, leave my trainings and go and sit at the desk, and I'd be like, well, what are you doing over here? And you're, well, you told us. And so do you still what kind of tasks do you do to contain? I mean, to do 70 transactions, that's a very large number. Yeah. So, I mean, most agents in San Francisco, because our average sales prices are like 1.4 million. So, I mean, to do 70 transactions like that, people don't need to do that. They stop around 20 or they hit 20 million, or some, top producers will hit 50 million even. The superstars hit the 100 million. What do you do to get there?
I think an early kind of motto that we really adopted was the harder you work, the luckier you get. And it always stuck with us. And we said when we started at Vanguard, we are not going to miss a phone call for 3 years. We're not going to miss an open house. We're going to do 3 to 5 open houses a week. We always tell people we lost a lot of our early to mid 20s working, but we said, no, our friends were out, partying at Dolores Park, and on Saturday and Sunday we were doing open houses. Right. And because
your suits, I remember.
Absolutely. I was 23 years old and I was standing in an open house. So Paula taught me, get 1 buyer, get 1 seller today.
Every day.
But we really, we said that we're going to work really, really hard and do everything that we need to do to be successful. And if it doesn't work, then we know we gave it our full try. But early on, what Aaron and I decided to do was we were going to make a business plan. We're going to have a list of 50 to 100 activities, and we put a frequency by them. We're going to do this many open houses a week. We're going to make this many phone calls. We're going to attend this many networking events. We're going to go to this many coffees with friends in our sphere. And we said, we're going to do all of these tasks and work harder than everyone else. And we should be successful if we do that. And if we don't, then it wasn't the business for us.
And what we did was we tried every single one of those things.
Yeah.
And some worked and some didn't. And what I think a lot of agents do is they keep running into that brick wall. Like, we did door knocking once. And I'll tell you a story. We bought 1,000 door hangers. I've still got them in my garage. And we did it for 90 minutes one day. We got through about 20 houses and we went, this is awful. We hate this. And we never did it again. And instead, we focused on the things we were good at.
Right.
And it's funny when you focus on the things you're good at and not the things you're not good at.
That's right.
Good things tend to happen.
That's right.
So figuring out where's our niches.
Then you have to do everything.
You're gonna enjoy doing. If you're gonna hate getting up and going to work every day, then you're never gonna be successful doing it. So you have to do what you love.
Yeah, also, there's no shortcuts. It's hard work. You can't just start in this business and be a superstar. It's not like there's a real estate book that says do this and you'll be successful. At the end of the day, it's hard work. Right. Our mentees come up to us and they say, why am I not successful? It's like, well, what were you doing this weekend? What did you do today? And they lay out their day and, this weekend I was out, hanging out with my friends and getting brunch. Well, we were at open houses, picking up 3 to 5 clients. So it's hard work at the end of the day. There's a shortcut.
And you tell us too, you got to treat your business like a business.
Yeah.
If you don't get up every day, put on your suit, sit down to your desk, go to work, go to your appointments, you get up, you have breakfast, you have your second cup of coffee, you do laundry, you scoop the litter box, you walk the dog. It's like, then it's like noon and you haven't done anything. That's half your work day.
And they say they're working.
You'd be
exactly.
surprised how many more agents. You probably wouldn't be surprised how many more agents would be successful if they sat down at their desk and worked 8 to 6 on their business every single day.
Just like, that's why I always said, James and Frank follow their lead. They're in this office every single day. We get up, we get dressed, we go to work.
Yeah.
That's the truth.
Frank and James are the Jerry Rice of real estate. They're the first ones in the office and they're the last ones out of practice at the end of the day.
Even today, after all these years, James has been in that seat 35 years that I know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
And he's still one of the hardest working people of real estate, and there's no question why his success is falling.
And a nice guy.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's also a love story in our business.
You're nice guys. So tell me how you divide, because you do have different strengths. And you mentioned earlier that you start out with one client and maybe, you meet them together. Let's talk about that a little bit. How do you get 70 transactions done and who does it all?
Well, early on, we decided we were talking over each other, emailing over each other. It was like a competition. If a seller sent an email, Aaron and I could send it. Yeah. And they said different things. It's like, well, let's not continue doing this. It's not a good process. So we really like to divide and conquer now. That we are each other's accountability partners as well.
Oh, really great.
And I attribute a lot of success to that, because a lot of people get real estate coaches and that person's calling them and going, did you make your calls today? But that's what we do with each other. And Aaron will sell one and then I go, oh boy, I really got to go sell one. And then I'll sell 2 and I'll go, oh really, I got to go sell 2.
It's 3 in a row and I'm not stopping. He's all, yeah, ratification.
So it is a healthy competition, where we're lighting fires under each other. But I would say when it comes to listings and sellers, we're a package where I handle marketing your property, and Aaron handles the pricing strategy and the numbers, and we create a great team from that aspect. And then there's one point of contact. So when the seller picks up the phone, they have one voice on the other end of the line, not 2 of us sitting there. Yeah, when it comes to buyers, you want to talk about like buyer division?
Well, a lot of buyer division is going to be depending on workload for starters. So like Michael's got like 4 or 5 active buyers, for example, and I've got 1 or 2, then I'm taking the next one that comes in. A lot of it also has to do with, I think, personality fit. So part of it has to do with like, oh, this came from one of your past clients that you got along perfectly with. So like, that's obviously going to go to Michael. That's obviously going to be nice. But a lot of it is just doing what's right for our client. So like figuring out what's going to make them happiest or accomplish their goals. And maybe they have a certain mindset or aspect or neighborhood or whatever it might be that's going to resonate better with me. So I'll take them. So at the end of the day, it's really just about who's going to service the client the best. And it is a friendly competition, but at the end of the day, it's always about the client.
So what is it that you're doing that has worked for you? You had your list of 50 things. And so what have you found that you're really good? Where are your strengths? And how do you get all the business? Where do you think it's coming from? So you try.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we do. One of our favorite things we actually teach in classes and teach mentees and people is at the end of the year, we take our 70 transactions and we color code exactly where they came from.
Right.
Open house, sphere, past client referral. And, year 6 or 7, we're doing this and we're going, why are we spending so much money on X when all of our business is coming from Y?
Right.
We call it digging for oil, seeing where oil's coming from, then digging for more oil. But we built our career. I attribute a lot of it from you. Open house is where we built our career.
Yeah.
100%. For 3 to 5 years, we did 3 to 5 open houses a week, and that's how we built our foundation. And then it changed from there.
I was going to say, what other industry, and I tell me agents this all the time, what other industry exists where people are going to take time out of their weekend to walk into your front door, your open house, and potentially become one of your clients? It's like, can you imagine like the salespeople in other industries if people would literally walk in the front door and like, I'm here to buy a house today. You want to help me?
Yeah.
It's like very few other industries you can do that. So we just feel like that was the low hanging fruit.
Yeah, so that led to client. We work by referral almost exclusively now.
Oh, yeah.
I would say about 80% is working by referral, and I think that's where you really want to get to.
Yeah.
Do I love open houses? Yes. Do I want to do 5 open houses every week for the rest of my life? No, I don't. So we really, again, when we dig for oil, we found out year 6 or 7, wait, all of our sales are coming from past clients or clients referring us to their friends. So why don't we spend more money on servicing our past clients, creating our Bellings Brothers family we've created, and we really spend a lot of our time, energy, and money on servicing our past clients and staying top of mind with them. Because that's where our business is
Do
coming.
you do like client appreciation parties?
We do all of it. Because like Michael said, we found out the vast majority of our business was coming from there. So we took our marketing budget and we took that chunk, 75%, and moved it towards clients.
Yeah.
So they get e-touches. So they get touched a minimum of about 15 times a year.
Nice.
So that's a monthly email. We're not like spamming people or anything like that. They also get a home anniversary card. So the anniversary of their home purchase or sale. We also do 2 client events a year at least.
And then eventually VIP events on top of that, or VIP clients.
People will send you a lot of pieces.
Exactly.
And then around the holidays, they get a holiday card from us. And all of this is...
It's very old fashioned.
Oh, it is. It is. Absolutely.
I love
We haven't set a banana bread recipe yet, but yeah, maybe that comes down the road.
But you do like marketing reports, probably data driven.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Those are the e-newsletters they get. Will have all of the data, all the neighborhood data, all of the, condo, single family, multifamily.
You segregated with them personally or just do monthly?
No, we don't. We do for the whole city, but within our newsletter, there are segments for each neighborhood, so they can check.
They can click it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So it's all digital,
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Except for the cards that you get.
except for the code.
These twice.
So you're not on your list, but I better get on it.
Well, you gotta
you
buy a
buying a
house from us.
Well, I always see you on Facebook with the Tiffany boxes, and I'm always like, emo, one of those Tiffany boxes.
That's part of the touch point too.
Nobody-
And people ask what's in there.
I know.
I can't tell you.
Oh, you're not going to
You gotta
share.
buy a house.
All right, well,
buy a house.
maybe one day we're
Next
going to
time.
retire.
Yeah.
So a fun question, people, I've hired so many agents and they come in and they're going to be partners, we're going to do everything together forever. And, I tell them, this is more like dating, not a marriage. Let's just do 3 transactions and see if you're still talking to each other at the end of the
3.
And most of the times they're not, actually. In fact, so, but I wonder how it is for you because you're related and you really can't break up.
Yeah.
How is that? I
No,
mean, it's just a fun question.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
It's funny. We always tell people we never argue about business. We're actually like incredibly cohesive, like-minded. Everything works well in business. It's more the brotherly stuff that tends to get in the way sometimes. I say 90% of the people we meet go, I could never work with my sister. I could never work with my brother.
And all the moms we meet are like, "Oh, I'm so delighted that you were too early." Like our mom was it that we worked together, and all the moms we meet like, "Oh, I'd love it if my guys."
I always did. I always think it's great.
I feel incredibly lucky because I trust him implicitly. I think he trusts me as well. Someone can go on vacation. They know the other person can steer the ship. It's a totally trustworthy. I mean, I think for me, that's I think probably why a lot of people break up is they might not. You need a trust aspect to it, especially when it comes to money, things like that.
Money is always a touch point for a lot of people.
Absolutely.
I think it's right. I think it's work ethic too. That's the other
Yeah.
big one.
Work ethic,
Yeah,
and
I think
yeah. Like I did most of the work, and they got half of my money.
Well, what happens is most of these groups, like somebody works harder or has fewer responsibilities or like whatever it might be. But Michael and I are both 100% full time, like 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Like we're working every single day, and until that dynamic changes, it's a beautiful thing that we have.
Also, when you were talking about our differences, like finance and marketing, if there were 2 Michaels, I don't know how this business would be. If there were 2 Aarons,
Right.
I definitely don't think of it. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
so
yeah,
it's nice to have a different opinion of divergent ideas. I worked a lot. Well, it doesn't matter. We're not talking about. But anyway, so
So
I
people
know
like that. They like having 2 top producers'
do. They
opinions.
do.
Like we have one source of leading the communication, like we talked about, but in the beginning, Sometimes we differ and you say, hey, this is Michael's opinion and Aaron's. They both have merits. What do you think, Mr. and Mrs. Seller?
Right.
People really enjoy that.
Like, they do.
Yeah.
And I'm like, damn, they like hers better than mine.
Yeah, exactly. We have a tally on the side. Yeah,
I'm sure he does.
exactly.
But it's accountability. It's all of it.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, it's great that you get along so well. It's really nice. I mean, you've been doing it a lifetime, so it's...
I will say early on, the most fights we got is when we were living together. Because they were fighting about like roommate stuff.
Yeah.
On top
So
of
it's like
working
dishes, laundry.
So we cut that out.
So we
We don't live together anymore.
Right.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
You can afford houses now.
Yeah, exactly.
It's great. You're doing really well. So let me ask you a question about the future a little bit. So people looking to invest in San Francisco real estate, what advice would you give people looking for the next 6 to 12 months about buying, selling, or holding onto their real estate? Where do you see the market going?
Absolutely. I mean, for all the agents out there listening to this, the best advice that our dad and other top agents taught us is try to buy a piece of property every 1 to 3 years or as often as you can. And we subscribe to that. We think agents should be required to buy property to advise their clients because it is very emotional what you go through in that process. So you forget yourself.
Yeah.
So when we go through and we're like, oh my God, I'm my own worst client. And he's like, how do you get like what your clients go through? So buy in San Francisco real estate. That's what we think. But the next 6 to 12 months.
That's the best advice is as soon as you can afford to buy, you should do it.
Yeah.
But also the very first question we ask any single buyer when we sit down with them is how long are you planning on being here? Because if you're not going to be in your home for a minimum of 3 to 4 years, then you should rent. And you should keep your flexibility, keep your options open, because you can't make money in real estate in the 3-year cycle every time.
Right.
You can in San Francisco in a 10-year cycle. Over the last 100 years, there was not a 10-year period in San Francisco where you wouldn't have made money. There are plenty of 2 or 3 year periods where you wouldn't have. So I'm very bullish on San Francisco. I mean, what are we? It's September 2025. So just to go on record as saying we are entering the new golden age of San Francisco. We are in, I think, the 2nd or 3rd inning of our resurgence. It's driven by return to work. It's driven by AI. It's driven by venture capital money. It's driven by the new mayor who's doing a great job. But San Francisco is back. People who haven't been here in 2 years, come on back.
And it's on sale right now.
Absolutely is.
Yeah.
And there are some amazing deals.
So yeah, we've been shouting it from the rooftops for the last 2 years, but he's buying San Francisco. That will continue for another 6 to 12 months. Because at some point, the paradigm's going to shift and it's going to go back into the seller score. But right now, it's still a great time to buy.
I heard a fact, I don't know the exact, but I think 73% of every AI dollar is spent in the Bay Area. Wow. And that's our future.
Yep.
That's the next 10 years. Yeah, it's all here. So we've started to help a lot of OpenAI people, a lot of Coinbase people. I mean, a lot of kind of like crypto and AI folks buy homes in San Francisco. And like Aaron said, I think we're on the cusp of something huge. And I'm excited for it. Like we're stoked.
Oh, I'm very excited.
It feels like 2013, 2014 all over again, where we had a 7-year run up where it was just like gangbuster.
Facebook, Google, Twitter. Now it's the next age.
We do get those periods where we spike up and then it levels off, and so you're right. I think
They're all sideways. I mean,
Yeah.
you've seen plenty of them. We've not done for a couple of them ourselves, but I think it's a great time to be buying. He bought his home in the last 6 months. I bought mine in the last year and a half. So we we always say if we're buying, it's a good time to buy.
Are you buying?
We did, yeah.
Yeah.
We got both of our homes in the last 18 months. So yeah, working. Yeah, we put our money where our mouth is. 100%.
We try to buy investments together too. So it's fun to invest with partners because you can lessen your risk, diversify.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And that's a big way we help our clients too. The fact that we bought buildings, we bought homes, we bought condos, we've helped developers, we've helped our family condo convert. I mean, we've gone through a breadth of experience that we can really advise clients.
Oh, we've added garages, we've done foundation, added bathrooms, we've removed this, we've added, so we can basically be a one-stop shop for all things San Francisco real estate. So
Well, geez, I want to hire you.
Then you get to see what's in the Tiffany bag.
I can't wait to get my Tiffany bag. Big Tiffany bag. Oh, anyway, it's been wonderful. So let's talk a little bit about more about the future of the Bellings Brothers, and how you see your next 10 years, your next 20 years. You'll be working. I'm sure you're young, so you'll probably be working for 20 more years. Will you be growing the team? Will you be, do you have bigger ambitions?
Yeah, I'm excited about the next decade. I think over the last 10 years, we've steadily raised our average purchase price, and that's been a focus of ours.
Nice.
And we really started to hit that stride in the last 24 to 36 months. Work smarter, not harder over the next 10 years. We do want to grow our team, but very slowly, methodically, and organically. At times in the past, we've grown it a little bit too rapidly. And I think it's very sexy to say, I want to grow a mega team. I want to have 100 agents. And we don't really want to be managers. I don't know how you do it. Yeah, I don't know how you do it. I can't deal with 50 agents' personalities every day. But we would like to grow and have a couple more agents on our team and have a small to medium sized team in San Francisco.
I don't think we want to sell $500 million in real estate a year. I don't think that's our goal. Our goal is to continue doing what we do really well, work more efficiently, give ourselves a little bit better of a work-life balance, and really just work on keeping our slim or what's the word I'm looking for? Slow but like meaningful relationships and team, and just get them going. And really just try to enjoy your ride.
It's a long career. I mean, you're already successful. You have people who know and love you, and they will refer to you. And as long as you continue doing all the tasks that you're doing, just like James, myself, Frank, we have these long careers. I mean, I shared with you, I just sold a client's house. I sold in a house 34 years ago.
It's amazing.
So, for people to call you back, talk about building wealth. I mean, it's just the one thing that I didn't get when I was young, is if you just sit still on your real estate, you'll do really well.
Right.
So she bought that house for $250,000, and we just sold it for $2 million.
Yeah.
So
Our dad taught us. He said he's never regretted buying a piece of real estate, only regretted selling one.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But sometimes you have to sell to parlay.
Oh, sure.
Oh, there's always, as long as that money is going towards something bigger and better, we always encourage our clients to sell, but we're the first guys to say, hey, do you have to sell when you meet with sellers?
Yeah.
And we're not the guys who are like, hey, sign here, you should sell. We'll be like, let's talk about your plan. What makes the most sense for you? Because I'd love to help more San Franciscans stay in San Francisco, build long-term wealth, build generational wealth, passive income streams. So we really try to help our clients with that too.
The beauty of real estate, though, is it's not a 9 to 5. We don't have to stop. The next 10 years. I see this as a long-term career, and it's like who I am now. It's like I am San Francisco real estate for me, and I see it as like a lifestyle and a career, but it's not a job. So the next 10 years is just it's fun.
And we keep getting better at it.
Yeah.
And the fundamentals don't change. It's like, do a good job every single time for your clients. It's, work hard, get back to people quickly, do the right things, give them the right advice. Don't worry about your commission. Don't worry about the bottom line. Just do a good job every time.
Don't be attached to the outcome. That was a huge learning of ours with our mentor here. Yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
It's like, do what you love and the money will follow. That's the old saying.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You get excited to go to work every day, which we do, then, that people feel that.
Yeah.
They like that. They want to spend more time.
Enthusiasm is very attractive. Really is. Your enthusiasm has always been attractive. It's just, you just vibrate with joy about what you're doing. And that's what people, probably why you pick up so many people at open houses. I remember early on, I don't know what you do now. I don't know what you do in your open houses. Maybe I'll go spy on you. When I remember when Real Scalp came in early on, and you, the representative, do you remember this story?
Yeah.
No, I wasn't sure because it's valuable because people, when he came in, he said, I'm going to show you the back end just so you can see, let me choose your, most productive agents. And you were young and you always adopted technology before most agents. And so he opened up your platform and the dashboard, and you had 105 buyers in the dashboard. And I said, that must be a typo. They don't have 105 buyers in there. And he said, no, they do. I'm like, oh my God. So how do you get all those buyers?
One open house at a time.
And what do you do? What did you say to them in the open?
So we tried everything. We've been doing this for 13 years now, but for the first 2 or 3 years, you're trying to find what works. And you have to try everything. We don't subscribe to any single real estate coach or mentor or anything. We've been lucky enough to work with a ton of them. But we take 1 nugget, 2 nuggets from every single person we meet. 1 from our dad, 100 from you, 1 from Brian DeFeo, 1 from Tom Ferry. And you try it. and you see what works, and you try to say, I'm going to get every single person to do this open house. I got 0 emails. Okay, well, I'm never doing that.
Right.
And then I try it this way, and like, wow, I got 6 emails at open house. I'm going to try
Yeah,
that
well,
a
if
few
we
more
just want to know
times.
what works.
Right. Well, it depends on
What works at the open house? I mean, one of Aaron's best stories is don't judge a book by its cover.
Oh, yeah.
One of his most successful open house people he ever met was a guy that came in with a paste covered overalls.
Yeah, this is a Twilight tour. Yeah. This is for actually one of James's listings. There was not a single person that came in the open house for an hour and 50 minutes, and there's 10 minutes left. We're like, I'll get out of here early.
Yeah.
So I'm like, thinking about getting out of here early. Sure enough, guy walks in, paint covered overalls. He owns a chain of grocery stores that Michael and I grew up frequenting, and we like knew a couple people in his sphere, and we've now sold him probably $20 million per real estate. And it was the only guy that came into that one open house. And if I wasn't there, twiddling my thumbs for an hour and 45 minutes, and then just had this amazing conversation with this guy that turned into multiple sales, you just never know.
I think the best is having a reptilian brain. I think I learned that from Kevin Kropp here, actually. When people walk in, you don't want that person at Nordstrom's to hey, can I help you buy something? Yeah. Hey, I love the shoes you're wearing. Where'd you get them? Be personable, be friendly. Don't talk about real estate. Talk about them, get to know them, and then that will eventually, so you do like this neighborhood. Oh, but it's a little small for you. Well, what are you looking for? A 3-bedroom? Okay.
Flip over the sign-in sheet, start taking notes, and hey, put your email here.
Ask open-ended questions. Have the reptilian brain. Don't be attached to the outcome, and people will identify with that.
Yeah, I've never had a single baby or dog walk into my open house where I didn't acknowledge the baby or the dog first.
Yeah.
And people love that.
And I have the same joke with the baby. That's the one with the down payment, right? Everyone laughs at that joke every time. See, I use the same 6 jokes.
Well, remember, you got to know your scripts.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, you find the 6 jokes that work.
That's fine. There's no sense in changing them.
Yeah, exactly.
For years, it's true.
So I think it's just being like non-salesy, reptilian brain, just being genuine. Also, the energy helps. If you're the agent that's sitting in the corner on your phone, somebody walks in, no one's ever going to hire you. No one's ever going to put their email address.
Yeah, that on top of what you taught us, which is like, know the neighborhood, know the comps.
Oh, yeah.
It drives me nuts when someone on my team or someone I know doesn't know that 123 Main Street just sold a month ago. The neighbor's going to know that. You need to know that.
Yeah, exactly.
So the open house seems like it's 2 hours. It's not.
Right.
It's 4 to 5 hours because you're studying the comps before, you're putting out signs before, then you're doing your scripts in it, and then afterwards you're knocking on the door of the person that came in and saying, hey, can I walk through your home? I mean, we learned this from our classes.
I got a listen from that the other day. A woman walked in and said, this is beautifully presented. Will you come tell me my home's work? I'm like, I'm at Air 4, house 430.
That's right.
And showed up and did a walkthrough, and I wasn't home until 6 o'clock that night, but that was a $2.5 million listing.
Yeah, it's a fantastic way to get a listing. Absolutely. That's the whole idea of open houses is to get the appointment.
Yep.
Not to stop working at the open house, right?
Yeah.
Some agents will just glom onto one person and they're lost.
Totally. But it's an art.
It is an art.
It
It
is
is
an
yes,
art.
years of practice, as you
does.
learned. And like you said, Michael, Aaron, you have to try everything, and then you have to see what works. And then if it doesn't work, off the list it goes, and you go back to what does. Keep trying till you get there.
Exactly.
It's the same thing with our marketing and everything else. Like, don't spend money on the things that aren't feeding your business.
Right.
I really want to be, a cold caller. You're not good at it. It's okay. Stop. Go do something else.
I've never heard anyone say that.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Last story. I'll wrap. When I was new, the only way we had those dark ages, they gave me a phone book and they said, okay, you have to sit here and you have to call and you can't get out of your chair until you get an appointment. Talk about brutal, right? I mean, thank God times have changed.
Can chain to your chair. Say bring the key when you get the appointment.
It's so much nicer today. You do a little video. You're great at your videos. I love your videos. They're very
We
personal.
love your videos too.
Oh, that's
great.
It's a
I'm
bit
like
of
honored to be here.
I know. He's like, we got the call.
I kept saying, when's she gonna call us? And you finally did. I'm like, this is amazing. Where is it?
Make me blush. Okay. Well, it's just wonderful to see you and to be in your company as always. I just adore you. So thank you for doing this.
Feelings are mutual.
I really appreciate it.
Always
Thanks, Paul. Yeah.
Onward, huh?
All right. On and upward.
Great job. Thank you.